We welcome you back for Game 2 of today's doubleheader between 14th-ranked Indiana Wesleyan and IU Southeast. The Grenadiers gutting out a 5-4 win in Game 1. And we're about set for Game 2 here in New Albany. Tyler Yakovich will be on the mound for the Grenadiers. And he will try and complete the sweep of Wesleyan here this afternoon. Again, only a two-game double series, just a doubleheader today, and then that's it, as Friday's doubleheader was canceled. The Grenadiers now 3-6 on the season, and Indiana Wesleyan has even their record at 2-2.
So I'll set the defense for you quickly for the Grenadiers here in Game 2. From left to right in the outfield is Long, Powell, and White. And around the infield is Shield, Hamilton, Burdett, and Flock, with the battery being Yakovich and Casey Brown catching Game 2.
Yeah, Coulter Hamilton just getting the start at shortstop here in Game 2 for the Grenadiers, and Thompson will lead it off for the Wildcats. And lash one foul for strike one.
We'll see if Yakovich able to have a little bit of a bounce-back outing after a shaky, and really, again, like we mentioned in Game 1, Stephen, really just one bad inning. He had a rough start, allowing 4 in the first last week to Campbellsville, but other than that, was able to settle in relatively nicely and get into the 5th or 6th inning without allowing another run, but would love to have a better start here if you're Tyler Yakovich.
And that is a
catch.
Good start as a sort of diving, falling back into fair territory catch there for out number one, as Long was able to make the play. A little bit of a circuitous route.
Yeah, a little bit of the wind playing a factor. I think blowing that back towards the fair side of things, even though it was still fair in the line. But
Yakovich making his third appearance and third start of the season. He's worked now 9 1/3 innings. Has a 6 ERA with 9 strikeouts and 3 walks. Surrendered 11 hits so far.
Yeah.
And a 1-1 record.
One thing you're going to see a heavy dose of is that right there, a little sinker from Yakovich. Big on the heavy downward two-seam action. Has a little bit of a funky kind of lower three-quarter delivery. Not quite sidearm by any means, but that one's going to be filleted into right field and unable to make the catches. White out and right.
And Matthews is going to head to third and be in there standing up. So a quick start for Indiana Wesleyan, as they've already got a runner to third here. Just the third batter of the game, a stand-up triple for Ty Matthews. White just couldn't get there, and the ball just couldn't really get cut off very quickly. And
yeah, I think the wind kind of just kept pushing that one away from Mason out there in right field, as it's a little bit of a crosswind.
And that's a liner off the glove of Hamilton, and that'll be that'll keep everybody safe.
Yeah, that one I think just had a little bit of weird English as it was hit off the bat. And
yeah.
But the ones that hit you around the glove, you're going to have to make those plays. As a tough start there for the freshman getting the start at shortstop today.
That was one that would just kind of, yeah, you're right, funky English, and just kind of was dying on him, and he couldn't snag it as it was falling to the dirt. So now runners at the corners here with one out. And Pugh is the batter. Healthy hack there from Pugh.
Yakovich looking for a double play ball. But Pugh proved to be a good runner.
Runner goes. They throw down, but he's in there safely as Roman will have a stolen base. Now runners at second and third.
Double play no longer an option as far as the grounded into fashion.
Chopped foul. Pugh steps back in. The pitch. Swing and a miss.
Good job there from Brown to corral.
Casey Brown completes the throw down to first for the strikeout for out number one. Or out number two, rather, as Thompson flew out to begin the inning. Now, MJ Stavola will be the batter. Can Yakovich make one more pitch here and get out of this early jam? Delivers a strike. And that's back up the middle, and it'll get through, and will drive in a couple of runs. So a two-run single by Stavola gets the Wildcats on the board here in the first. Just sends it back up the middle. Now Sinish is the batter.
Say not much more you would like if you're Yakovich. You get something weakly hit off the end of the bat, but just straight up the middle and finds a hole, and unfortunately that's going to be the same way the Grenadiers started last game with a 2-out RBI hit.
Flock will eat that one up, step on the bag, and end the inning, but 2 runs are in for Indiana Wesleyan, and as we head to the bottom of the first, they're up by a pair. Brock Buckley will be the pitcher for Indiana Wesleyan here to start game 2, making his second appearance and second start of the season. He's worked 3 innings, allowed 3 runs on 6 hits, and he delivers a strike to Ethan Burdett. Buckley, a sophomore from Carmel. The pitch. Inside, 1-1.
Say Burdett would love to get going here in game 2. I believe in the early goings here, the last game was the first game he's played in where he's been held hitless and didn't reach base at all, at least via walk or hit by pitch. So he would love to change that tune in game 2.
He hits one off the glove of Buckley, but fielded by Roman for out number 1. Now Alex Yurt will be the batter. He's a designated hitter in game 2. And he'll take a strike.
Say Buckley picking up rather, where his counterpart in the last game left off and getting ahead early, throwing a lot of strikes. That's another one there. Good change up there to Yurt.
The pitch lifted into left, coming in and making the catch is Matthews for out number 2.
The center fielder, number 24, Luke Powell. Pair of quick outs here for Buckley.
Now Powell. Grounder to second. And that's a quick 1-2-3 inning. Roman fires on to first, and we move to the top of the second. Indiana Wesleyan leads it 2-0. Nick Wiley will lead it off here in the second. The first baseman here in game 2 takes a strike. Wiley is a sophomore from Mooresville, Indiana. And will ground one foul for strike 2.
Good heavy sinker there from Yakovich, but wisely passes at that one was Wiley.
And that's strike 3 looking. A nice bounce back to start the top of the second for Yakovich. And now the shortstop, Inglesman.
As that first pitch was a ball. Good team effort up here.
And that's a strike. So 1-1 now. Chop foul for strike 2. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Actually foul tipped into the glove, but still a strikeout. So quickly 2 away here for Yakovich in the second. Now Zach Green, a new addition to the lineup as well here for game 2. He's the catcher.
Green, a junior from Easton Rapids, Michigan.
And he swings and misses for a strike.
Count quickly here, 0-2 to Green. As Yakovich would love to get back in the inning quickly and try to give his guys another crack at it.
Oh, too close to take there, I would have thought, but apparently not. Ball 1.
It's just a hair low.
Good eye there by Green. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and Yakovich strikes out the side. We move to the bottom of the second. Still 2-0 Indiana Wesleyan. Mason White leads it off here in the second as the Grenadiers try and chip away, trailing 2-0 against Brock Buckley. Ball 1.
After how quick that first inning was, I'm not convinced that wasn't his first ball of the game so far.
Ground ball to second. Roman's been busy. He boots it, and that'll be an error. Just rushed it a little bit there and didn't get a good handle on it before he made the throw. So that'll be an error. White is aboard, and Colin Long will be the batter.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rush a little bit. Just didn't secure the ball quite.
Ball 1.
A good hard slider there from Buckley. As gonna switch gloves. As I thought I almost saw that squeak out of his glove. So
we are just having all kinds of issues with gloves today.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right.
Gonna just need to tighten the web on that other one a little bit. But he was swift and efficient with that equipment change. So we will not see complaints from me.
We love to see it.
The 1-0 here to Long.
They throw over, and White's back safely, but
he was caught leaning, that's for sure.
The either the pickoff moves have been very good by the Wesleyan pitchers, or some of the base runners have been a little sleepy on the base paths here today for IU Southeast.
Another good move and back. Maybe a little bit of both, because that does seem to be a pretty quick move there from Buckley. As I thought, Young in the first game also had a pretty solid move. Good quick feet, which for a right-handed move to first base is what you're really looking for. And they're still going, and trying to look to see if Buckley's given the old balk move, which is something that's in play with the two-man crew. It's really hard for them to notice if the front foot moves first, but I don't think that's the case. It looks like Long's going to take a timeout, so that'll be an offensive conference.
He steps back in, and we're ready to go.
See if there's another move over to White at first.
Grounded foul for strike one. I mean, Mason's not going to be running, right?
You never know. Nobody out. Trying to get into maybe a little hit and run action. I don't think I would see a straight steal in this situation with how many times he's thrown over and the kind of either keeping on him, but
I'm just a little surprised they've thrown over so much. To Burdette or something, sure. White, I'm a little more surprised about.
Mason's size tricks you a little bit. He's definitely a plus runner, so be interesting to see if there's any action brewing here for the Grenadiers. That time back in plenty of time.
Wouldn't mind a little hit and run here.
Yeah. Wide open right side of the infield. So
and a ginormous gap in right center field.
Yeah.
Grounded to third. Nice pick over there. Sinish makes the play. White moves up to second, and there is one out.
Catcher number 29, Casey Brown.
Brown getting his first work in of the day.
Wesleyan. Because they asked if we could. So I've got to tell you for the first name.
Called strike to Casey Brown as he's behind the count here 0-1. The runner on second with one away here.
Fouled off.
Quick low and 2 to the Grenadier catcher.
And he holds there for ball one. And that gets away, and White's going to cruise to third easily. Another ball that almost rolled into the dugout.
Yeah, that one just kind of just clanked. Maybe it ran a little more inside than Green was expecting, and just off the heel. And pass ball allows White to get into third base there. And
grounder is gonna get through. Got past Sinish, was in the hole. Ingelsman couldn't get over there either. And Brown's aboard. He knocks in White. Stoner will be the courtesy runner for him, and the inning continues with still only one out. The lead's cut in half.
The first baseman, number 13, Max Flock.
appears we'll have Mackay Stoner pinch running, or courtesy running rather, over at first.
Well, seeing eye single there for Brown.
Yeah, and a good effort there by Sinish as he tried to, kind of had to make a weird effort to get there, but as they'll check over on Stoner, but back in time. Buckley continuing to display a pretty solid move over there, so definitely the runners have to be on their P's and Q's.
Oh, goodness. Yep,
And he got him that time.
Another runner picked off. Wow, that is the most fired up I think I've ever seen Greg Opal. He was not thrilled with that over coaching first base.
There's not a negative bone in his body, so that I agree with you. That has to be probably the most animated I've seen.
That is definitely the most animated I've ever seen.
And a half-hearted swing there from Flock will make things 0-1 here to start his at-bat. 2 away now, and the base is empty.
So a run in on the RBI single from Brown, and now a runner erased on a pickoff. Ooh, and Flock dances out of the way of that pitch.
Not quite sure how that one didn't catch him, but happy feet. So
he's agile.
They refer to him as Grandpa, the old man of the lineup, so I don't know if agile would be in his adjectives. But enough there, and that one's going to be up the middle.
That's
off the bag.
Off the bag.
Or the lip behind home plate. One of the two.
So Flock is on with a base hit. And the inning will continue for Coulter Hamilton.
That one's going to be low and outside in the dirt a little bit. Hamilton is a Brownsburg, Indiana native. And he's quickly ahead here 2-0.
Nice eye by the youngster. Big spot playing against the 14th ranked team in the country as a freshman.
Breaking ball spun in there by Buckley for a strike. It's one of those where in that count you'll watch that and take a strike all day. You're not going to do much with that but beat it into the ground.
And that is lifted over to third base. The wind blows back towards shortstop, but Sinish makes the catch to end the inning. We move to the third. It's 2-1 Indiana Wesleyan. Jake Thompson leads off the third for the Wildcats. He's 0 for 1 here in game 2. And grounds one to Hamilton. He makes the play, just gets the speedy Thompson for out number 1. Nice play by Hamilton there. Moving to his left, Fields fires just in time.
Yeah, Thompson booking it down the line. Did not make that easy by any means.
Nope. Now Ty Matthews, who's 1 for 1.
Oh.
And he gets hit.
Gonna wear that one right off the ribs, maybe.
Now the second baseman, Roman.
That one's going to miss just inside.
That's inside again.
Just a little out of sync. Looks to be Yakovich.
And that's sent into the right field there. That'll be a base hit for Roman. He's now 1 for 2, and runners at first and second here with one away. And Pugh that will be the batter. 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
See if Yakovich is able to kind of settle back in after a really quick second inning, but a hit batter and just a ball that was elevated more than he would have liked.
Strike one. Outside. 1-1. Yakovich looking for a nice double play ball here if he can.
It's interesting, the middle infield for the Grenadiers has him kind of pinched up the middle, so Burdett not exactly over in the hole with a lefty up, as you would think normally, but Pugh watches a strike there. Especially with a ground ball heavy pitcher like Yakovich. Now, granted, it is a sinker ball, so maybe they're playing him more to kind of slap it the other way. But
that's chopped. Tough play for Yak. He throws and in time.
Good play there from the pitcher. That is not the easiest play, I can assure you, Stephen.
Nice defensive play there by Yakovich. You know, pitchers are athletes too.
They told me that. I'll be the first to disagree wholeheartedly.
I was trying to pump your tires a little bit there, but you weren't.
Nah, and Tyler Yakovich, absolute athlete.
Absolute
But that is
athlete.
not an overarching statement, and I will include myself in that for sure.
Popped up over into foul ground, and Burdett can't get there to make the play. Flock got out of his way, and Burdett just about a half a step from tracking that one down.
The wind's playing a big part in things like that, and that's why everyone in the field needs to kind of have a good gauge on where the wind's blowing, because beginning of our doubleheader in Game 1 had a little bit more of a towards center kind of wind. Now we have a more crosswind going straight towards the right field foul pole.
Sent into left center, and that's going to get down to the wall and clear the bases. So Stavola comes through with a 2-run double, and it's 4-1 Indiana Wesleyan. That was sent into that crosswind, and Powell could not get there. Another pair of runs tacked on for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it makes the that foul ball that Burdett was unable to get to a little more important now, obviously, as that would have ended the inning.
Oh, and a nice diving stab by Casey Brown on that popped foul bunt. Just couldn't get there. Did all he could. That's strike one to Sinish.
Yeah, good heads-up play. As you know, it's not the easiest to track where a ball goes when you're behind the plate, So to see that the whole way, and maybe it was a little easier with the bunt attempt, but a great effort nonetheless there from Casey Brown.
Grounder to Hamilton. He fields, he fires a good strong throw there, ends the inning. But a 2-run double by Stavola extends the Wildcat lead to 4-1. We head to the bottom of the third. Slater Shield leads off the third for the Grenadiers. And he takes ball one inside. Grenadiers trying to get something going here as they're down by 3. Still early, but want to get back in this game as quickly as possible and put some pressure on Buckley and the Wildcats. 2-0. 3-0.
3-0. Missed one, Steve.
Apparently.
Game moves fast today.
I don't hate it. There's a strike. And there's ball 4. So the leadoff batter is on for IU Southeast and Shield. And again, with the good move by Buckley, it may limit the aggressive play on the base pass by the Grenadiers, but be interesting to see if Shield will try and run here. Burdette, the batter, he's 0 for 1. Buckley throws over.
Looks like we're going to see another heavy dose of Buckley's move, which is understandable here. 9-hole and plus runner with Shield on first and top of the lineup.
Swing and a miss.
Looked like a good change up there from Buckley. Had Burdette out in front just a bit.
Runner goes. The pitch is a ball, and Shield is in safely. So a stolen base for Slater. And it's now 1-1 to Burdette.
Yeah, good job there from Shield. Got a good jump.
That's low and away, 2-1.
Yeah, breaking ball there from Buckley. And really the first time we've seen him kind of struggle to fill the zone at all. Obviously the 5-pitch walk to Shield, and then now 3-1 here to Burdett.
Shield off second. Long look in by Buckley. The pitch. Grounder in the hole at short. That's going to be an infield hit. Burdett beats the throw, and now there are runners at the corners.
Yeah, and at first off the bat, I thought may have been in a little bit of trouble as that was hit in front of Shield at second, but
I thought the same thing. I thought they might go to third and try and get Shield, but
yeah, thank you for finishing that for me. Because, deep in the hole with a speedy runner like Burdett to lead off, I thought that was probably going to be their only chance. But he elects to throw it across and not in time.
They throw over and check on Burdett. He's back safely.
One of the things that when you pick over this many times, and obviously they've done a good job of it, but you do risk, especially when you're doing it with guys at the corners, of the ball getting away and a run scoring. So be interested to see if Buckley maybe is a little more hesitant to throw over as often here, but
there's a bunt. It's popped up, and it's off the glove. They're going to go to second because Burdett had to hold, so that'll be a fielder's choice. And Burdett will be retired for the first out.
Center fielder, number 24, Luke Powell. Yeah, that's just a execution miscue there from Yurt, as trying to sack bunt, anything you can do to get it down, but you definitely can't pop it up. He lucked out and able to get to first, but just replacing Burdett there.
Yep. Now Powell. That's spiked in the dirt, and Yurt will advance. Bluff throw down by Green there. So now two runners in scoring position with one away for Powell. Wild pitch charged to Buckley.
Yeah, Powell is really still trying to get his feet, settled in here as a Grenadier offensively, and would love to find a good pitch to hit here, as he's off to a little bit of a more sluggish start than he's used to. That dog agrees with me, Stephen.
That dog vehemently in agreement. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Powell 0 for 1 today here in game 2. Strike 2.
Good change up there from Buckley.
Pulled the string on him. The 2-2. That's in the dirt again. Nice block there by Green.
Yeah, good job to smother it and keep it close enough to not allow Shield to think about heading home. Gives you a lot of freedom as a pitcher when you know your catcher is able to corral those in the dirt. Allows you to maybe be a little more aggressive with some out pitches that you may not feel comfortable with if your catcher isn't as strong back there.
The pitch. Fouled off.
Say 7th pitch upcoming here for Powell. Putting together a good at bat, but would love to finish it with some kind of RBI. There's a lot of things that would do here. As with 1 out, sac fly is in play, as are a mirage of hits.
Oh, strike 3.
That one is not in play.
One thing you can't have. So 2 away now, and Mason White will be the batter and try and knock these couple runs in.
Yeah, Mason has come up with quite a few guys on base. Ideal for your cleanup hitter. See if he's able to cash in here, as he was able to in the first game.
Lifted into the gap in left center, and that's going to get both runs home.
What a job there from Mason White. Not even with 2 strikes, but with 2 outs, just understanding the job, not trying to get too big, and just throw that into left field, and that's going to score a pair.
Good piece of hitting, and he just stays hot. And the lead's cut to 1. So RBI's 14 and 15 now for Mason White. There's a strike to Long, who's 0 for 1.
Colin been relatively quiet today, would also like to get going.
That's sent into right field. And the play will be made in right in the inning as Stavola will track it down. And we head to the 4th. It's 4-3. Indiana Wesleyan. Back in a moment. Nick Wiley, 0 for 1 with a strikeout, leads it off here in the 4th. Yakovich looking for a quick inning to get back in the dugout and get the offense back at the plate. Chopped foul. Ooh, heads up over in the dugout right off the fence.
Watch your lips. On a swivel.
As home plate now obscured in shadows. And that apparently nicked Wiley. So that'll be a hit batter. And Engelsman will bat with 1 on and nobody out. He's also 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strike 1. Yakovich up to 42 pitches here in his outing. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, I think and that was a good one there, but the breaking ball has kind of been really the struggle for Yak so far today. Giving up a couple hits on it and a couple hit batsmen as well with it.
Strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. One away here in the fourth.
Yeah, and a great bounce back, rather, from the senior right-hander.
And now Yak will throw over and check on Wiley.
Oh.
And now that gets away from Flock, and Wiley would advance a second. You talked about earlier with runners on the corners, balls getting away or whatever. Now you have a runner at first, and the ball got away from Flock there, and the runner advanced.
Yeah, Flock, his natural position is over on the other corner of the infield at third base, so I don't know if he's just still getting used to first over there or just a little bit of a miscue.
Sent into right. White makes the catch. Green wiped out heading into first over there. That was weird. Wiley moves to third, and they're 2 out.
That'll turn things over here for the Wildcats.
Jake
fielder.
Thompson 0 for 2. Narrowly missed an infield hit in his last at bat, but nice play by Hamilton. Swing and a miss for strike one.
And a good back foot breaking ball there. As that just ties up the lefty.
Strike two. It says it's 59 degrees outside. I don't believe it.
Yeah, the shadow's working in, and with this breeze, it's started to hit us a little bit up here in the press box. It's getting a little chilly. I bet it's nice out there in the sun, but
still, we'll take it for February the 15th. Chopper to Yak on to first, and he works out of it. Another nice defensive play by the senior. We move to the bottom of the fourth, still 4-3 Wesleyan. Casey Brown, who had a seeing eye single in his first at bat, leads it off here in the fourth. And he'll hold on a breaking ball for strike one. Did he check? Yes, ball one. The 1-1 in for a strike. Brown, Flock, and Hamilton, 6, 7, and 8, due up for IU Southeast here in the fourth. That's in the dirt. 2-2.
say that one just pulled straight out of the hand. Slider, I think, just got around on the side of it a little too much.
It's low, and the count goes full. Nice at bat here by Casey. Oh, and a breaking ball freezes him. That's a strikeout. Second strikeout today for Buckley.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Not common. You're going to see that one called on your catcher. But home plate umpire thought it was a strike nonetheless, and doesn't matter who's hitting. If it's a strike, it's a strike.
And now a strike to Flock. And Buckley ahead 0-2. And Flock's going to ask for time and get it. That's chopped back to Buckley. He fields with the bare hand, fires on to first for out number 2. Now Coulter Hamilton.
Yeah, a couple quick outs there from Buckley and a good bounce back so far after giving up a pair last inning.
Yeah, looked a little wobbly in the last inning, but he seems to have regained his footing here. Popped back and will be out of play, yes. Strike 1 to Hamilton, who's 0 for 1 today. A little low. Ball 1.
Yeah, it looks like Green tried to steal one a little bit.
Oh, and that drills Hamilton in the back. So the tying run is aboard for Slater Shield.
Number 7, Slater Shield.
And he offered on that bunt. So strike 1 to Shield.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to maybe catch the third baseman Senish sleeping a little bit, but didn't like the offering, but didn't pull back in time.
0-1. Slow, 1-1. And that's in the dirt, and Hamilton's going to advance. So he moves into scoring position. Can Shield drive him in?
Yeah, base knock would likely score him, so a lot of benefit in that wild pitch getting Hamilton into second base.
And that's inside the line, a fair ball. The game is tied. Shield cruises into second, takes a turn. He'll slam on the brakes there. And Slater Shield comes through with a double to tie the game. Just sent that one inside the line.
The second baseman, number 1,
And Hamilton did the rest. We're tied 4-4 in the fourth.
And and granted, I think Hamilton has a good chance. That one got down into the corner, so he has a good chance of scoring first on that one anyway. But that is the benefit in getting to scoring position with 2 outs, whether it be second or third, because you're going on the hit, on the crack of the bat, so able to get going, and it doesn't matter really if you're at second or third. Anything into the outfield grass, you usually have a good chance of scoring on.
Especially with it as aggressive as IU Southeast has shown they're going to be here this year, it appears. Now Burdett ahead in the count. And good speed out at second. Can the Grenadiers take the lead? That's a strike.
Yeah, a lot of times what I've noticed from Burdett so far this year is he lives kind of gap to gap, but like on low lines a lot. So if he's able to clear the middle infielders, I mean, there's a pretty hefty gap out in right center. So that's kind of seems to be his sweet spot. So we'll see if that is anything going for him here as he's ahead again in the count 2-1.
The pitch. It's inside, 3-1.
Yeah, one thing I noticed there from Buckley is he kind of checked on Shield as he was lifting his leg and going home. So I don't know if maybe that kind of pulled his attention away for a second and just missed a spot or what. But a big pet peeve of old head coach Ben Rio. I can tell you that one for free, Stephen.
It makes sense. If you're not focused on the hitter when you're delivering the pitch, it's probably not going to end well. And that's a walk.
And might see a mound visit here.
We are.
The designated hitter, number 25, Alex Yurt.
And the bullpen is up and working for Wesleyan.
Give you a name in just a second. It looks like it's number 12, Tate Warner.
But if
It doesn't appear that head coach Ian McDonald's going to go to the pen quite yet. But
yeah, if you're Ian McDonald, you're like, can we get one more out here and get our starter at least through 4 innings?
yeah, because in an ideal world, you'd love to bring relievers in with a clean inning, but obviously not always the case by any means. So,
And Yurt's got some good pop, so
especially with a left-handed aiding wind, we'll see if he can find a barrel or if Buckley is able to pitch himself out of this one.
the pitch. Fouled off, strike 1. Yurt 0 for 2 so far today. That missed. There's a strike. So count evens, or it's 1-2.
Maybe a ball in the bullpen got into the field of play. I didn't check down there first, but I was wondering what the stoppage was. But we're playing here.
1-2. That was a good pitch there. I don't think Yurt was able to do a ton with that anyway, and he fouls it off.
Yeah, it's a little tip of the cap both ways. Good pitch, good battle.
That's outside. Nice eye there by Yurt. And the count evens at 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 aboard.
Two's flying.
Everywhere. Grounder to short. Ingelsman in time to second. And that ends the inning. So the Grenadiers threaten, but can't take the lead. Slater Shield does tie the game, driving in Coulter Hamilton. So after 4 innings, we're tied at 4. Ty Matthews leads it off in the 5th. He's 1 for 1 so far today.
1 for 1 and a hit by pitch.
Yep. Yakovich delivering pitch number 50 here to start the 5th. And that is chopped foul.
Off of him, I believe. Maybe his foot or his Evo Shield. You'd like to think it caught the protective wear.
Yep.
He's back up. So, but even if it does catch that protective wear, you still feel it a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if he caught it on the foot. That thing doesn't cover the whole foot, but he seems to be like a tough cat.
Will that stay in play? No. Strike 2.
Matthews ready in there after the foul ball.
Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Yakovich to start the 5th. That's a strikeout. Number 5 for him. And there's 1 away. That misses to Roman. That's a jam shot to Shield at third, 2 out.
Yeah, that one, just a classic sinker baller action there. Is that one just in on the hands? And then I think Roman kind of slipped a little bit out of the box too, so he wasn't able to bust it down the line.
The designated hitter number 2, Pugh.
So 2 quick outs here for Yakovich. Can he retire Pugh and head back to the dugout? Ripped foul for strike 1. And he's ahead 0-2. That's off the plate, 1-2. Pugh 0 for 2 with a strikeout so far. Chopped to Flock. He steps on the bag, and there's a 1-2-3 inning for Yakovich. We head to the bottom of 5, 4-4 here in Tate Warner will be the new pitcher for the Wildcats here in the 5th. He's a sophomore from Fishers, Indiana. And he will face Luke Powell, who's 0 for 2 with the strikeout.
Shadows playing definitely a part here, Stephen.
And Powell swings and misses. It's up and away, 1-1. Tate Warner on the season. He's worked 3 innings and allowed just a hit. Walked a couple batters and struck out 1.
A little off the handle, swing there from Powell.
And in time, the throw across, so 1 away.
Your right fielder, number 15, Mason White.
Yeah, so the offensive struggles continue for Powell. But that'll bring up the right fielder for the Grenadiers, number 15, Mason White.
Swing and a miss by White.
A healthy hack there.
He was trying to send one over into those trees. Instead, he sends a ground ball to Roman at second, 2 out.
Left fielder, number 22, Colin Long.
Colin Long, who's 0 for 2, will be the batter with 2 away here in the 5th. There's a strike.
Warner doing a good job coming in from the pen and just attacking the zone.
Oh and 2. Fouled straight back. The 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1 and 2. Long didn't chase. And that's fouled off. And out of play.
And a good battle here by Long. Got down in the count early, but doing everything he can to try to stay alive and extend the inning for the Grenadiers.
Breaking ball misses, and the count is even at 2. That is lifted into left at the wall and caught by Matthews to end the inning. That one went for a ride and just the wind knocked it down. We head to the 6th, 4-4. Stavila, who is 2 for 2 with 4 RBI here in game 2, leads off the 6th.
Yeah, he has been the offense here in game 2 for the Wildcats.
And he fouls the first pitch he sees off for strike 1. Sinish and then Wiley due up here in the 6th.
Good block there from the catcher, Casey.
That is through the hole at short for a base hit. Another hit for Stavila. Now Sinish, who's 0 for 2.
And Stavila having a really nice day at the plate. Maybe look to see some early action here with nobody out.
Yeah. Try and get that lead back here. Maybe knock out Yak if you're in Wesleyan. You're just trying to put some pressure on. We see if maybe they do a hit and run or something. And now the throw is thrown away, and the runner will advance to second. It'll be an error on Yakovich.
Now, runner in scoring position here for Indiana Wesleyan. Nobody away.
Sent into center. Long run, and that's going to be a bloop single. So now runners at the corners. So Sinish is on for the first time. Will be the 6th hit for Indiana Wesleyan. Now Wiley.
And a big spot here for Jakovic. Obviously, nobody out. Game's tied. He's getting probably on the latter part of his day. He'd love to continue it. But I think that's going to take some wiggling here. As it appears there is some movement down in the Grenadier bullpen.
I think that last hit was the same thing where it just the wind knocked it down and turned into a bloop single as opposed to maybe something that was going to travel a little further, be an easier play defensively. Wiley swings and misses for strike one. Fouled off. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Nice bounce back there by Jakovic. One away.
Yeah, strikeout's huge right there. Double play can get you out of it here. Obviously, you're going to have to, it's going to have to be hit pretty hard with Engelsman up here.
Throws over. Nothing to it. Engelsman 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Grounded foul.
Say sun's starting to become an obstacle here in the Cutter Sports Complex, as at this time of the year. In right, first base, and second base, it becomes very difficult to see when that sun starts getting right around the tree line.
Sent into right center and scalded. That'll fall. And then Powell has a little trouble with it as well. That'll drive in a run, and now runners at second and third, and Indiana Wesleyan's back on top. So Engelsman comes through with the base hit, and that'll be the end of the day, it appears, for Tyler Jakovic. So we will take a break and be back with the new pitcher, Indiana Wesleyan, back on top here, 5-4 in the sixth. Connor Sims will enter and try and put out the fire here in the 6th. The freshman from Greenfield, Indiana. We'll have runners at second and third here with one out. And he'll face Zach Green. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And he checks his swing for ball 1. Fly ball in the right, drives White back. He makes the catch. That'll be a sacrifice fly. So Green has an RBI, and it's 6-4, 2 away. Talk about productive outs. It's another one for Indiana Wesleyan.
Yeah, I mean the wind just kind of pushed that one to not even give Mason a chance to stop the runner from even going to third.
Right. So 2 away with a runner at third. And back to the top of the order. And Thompson. Bunt popped to third. Shield fires, and he's safe. A one-hop bunt to Shield at third, who was charging, and Thompson just beat that out. The runner at third held. So there'll be runners at the corners here.
Yeah, it looked like Shield just double clutched there, and had he not done that, would have been able to get Thompson in time, but
we've already seen Thompson's very fleet of foot and is able to beat that throw. So the inning continues for Matthews. There's a strike.
yeah, really good breaking ball there from Sims.
Can he limit the damage here and keep the Grenadiers within a pair of runs? Runner goes, and the ball hits off the chest protector and gets away on a wild pitch. And the runner at third, Engelsman will score. Thompson will move to third. 7-4. The pitch from Sims. Swing and a miss. The pitch. And he went. That's strike 3. And the inning is over. But Indiana Wesleyan scores 3 times, and after 5.5, leads 7-4. Casey Brown leads it off here in the bottom of the 6th. Swings and misses for strike 1. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a strikeout. Strike 2. Just got a piece of that one to stay alive. It's in the dirt.
Yeah, breaking ball just trying to get a little too aggressive with that one was Warner.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 away. First strikeout of the day for Warner.
Number 13, Max Flock.
Now Max Flock. It's in the dirt, ball 1.
So you'd really like to get something going here, especially right after a crooked number if you're the Grenadiers. And a good spit there on a breaking ball.
Hamilton on deck. Warner a little wild here, behind 3-0. That's a strike. And there's a walk, so a base runner aboard for IU Southeast. Flock draws a walk. He's on for the second time. And Coulter Hamilton will be the batter.
Big spot here for the freshman, as really just trying to get something going for the Grenadiers here.
Green keeps that pitch in the dirt in front of him.
And a good job there by the Wesleyan catcher. Not allow Flock to move up at all into scoring position. Keep the double play in order.
It's outside. 2-0 as Warner's beginning to struggle to find the strike zone. Hamilton asks for time and it's granted. Swing and a miss. And that's going to get off the glove of Green, and Flock will advance to second. I don't know if that was a cross-up or...
I think it just a little bit outside, and Green was trying to snag it and maybe try to steal a strike, but just off the end of the glove. And I don't know if maybe that's something that, he did have the change of gloves earlier, if that's something that maybe his other gloves a little bit longer, maybe used to a bigger one. I'm not sure of that situation, but.
Fouled off. The count goes full.
There's been an odd amount of actual pass balls and not wild pitches today. That is from both
Yep.
teams, but see. predominantly you usually just see wild pitches called, but
And
a
that
couple of these obvious pass balls.
that flag it was limp. The wind has definitely started to die down here a little bit as well. So we'll see what happens in the latter innings. Some of those well-hit balls can actually travel. All right, it's popped up. And Ingelsman makes the catch. 2 away.
The third baseman, number 7, Slater Shield.
Slater's got an RBI and a base hit so far. Another base hit might get him another RBI with 2 outs and Flock at second. Got to get this runner in here.
That one missed high and inside a little bit, it appears. Say the Wildcats do have some action down in their bullpen. Caleb Olson.
The pitch. Rip to short. And they're going to go to third and get a little rundown action going. Flock's tagged out. And that ends the inning. We move to the 7th. It's 7-4. Top of the 7th rolls in here as Connor Sims will face Luke Roman, who's 1 for 3. And Roman takes strike 1. That is fouled off of his foot.
That did not feel good.
No.
Off his foot or maybe off his knee.
No, you know what? It might be his knee. It looks like he's good to go, so he'll step back in. 0-2 count. Strike three. Nice pitch there by Sims.
Yeah, and a good move to kind of go in there with a breaking ball inside to maybe kind of he's favoring that foot a little bit and just keep his feet moving.
So one away, and Pugh will be the batter. He's 0 for 3. Swing and a miss. Roller to first. Flock underhands to a covering Sims, 2 out.
Yeah, that's one of the most difficult communication plays over there is when it's slow enough, but your first baseman still gets and has to flip kind of behind him. So a good job there between Flock and Sims to make that play.
Number 10, stop.
A nice job by Sims to get all the way over there as well, and get to the bag.
Absolutely.
That missed high, 2-0.
After working quick and pounding the zone, a couple quick balls here. Has Stavila ahead in the count 2-0.
Pitch. Lifted into right, White all the way over and out of play. Ball one. Or ball two, rather. 2-1 now.
3-1.
3-1. As my computer won't update. That caught the inside corner.
Yeah, that'll run things full here with 2 outs. And as we are hitting that point of the day where our scoreboard actually becomes legible from afar.
Can't wait for that to happen. Payoff pitch is ball 4.
Number 4, Sinish.
Now Sinish. 1 for 3.
Looks like we have a shoe tying situation over at first base. Seems to be alleviated quickly.
You don't want to throw a shoe when you're trying to get the second, you know?
Yeah.
That's high, 1-0. We've already had a couple glove issues today. Don't need shoe issues. Now Sims having a little issue finding the strike zone.
Yeah, second batter in a row, he's fallen behind 2-0.
Swing and a miss. That is lifted into left.
Long is there to make the play.
Nice play by Long. To end the inning, we stretch here in New Albany at 7-4, Indiana Wesleyan.
Second baseman, number 1.
Caleb Olson's the new pitcher for Indiana Wesleyan, making his second appearance of the year. He's 1-0. Only worked a third of an inning, so he's living right. Has a strikeout. And he's facing Burdett.
That'll even things up at 1-1.
As the lights come on at Cutter Sports Complex. Back up the middle to second baseman Roman, and he's out. Throw was a little wild, but nice play there to keep his foot on the bag was Pollock. Now you're 0 for 3.
You're really looking to get going here.
Ball 1. Swing and a miss.
That one misses low to make things 2-1.
Out away, now 2-2. Chop foul as Yurt stays alive. And now he tries the other side.
We'll do it again.
We will.
7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming.
Sent to third, a little bit of a high throw as Senish makes the play.
Center fielder, number 24, Luke Powell.
Carson Gibson is now on at second base, so he made the first out of the inning there. And now Powell will bat. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. That's a strike. Swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 for Olson, and we move to the 8th, still 7-4 Wesleyan. Jeff Pollock leads it off here in the 8th. It'll be Pollock, Inglesman, and Green due up for the Wildcats. Pollock looks at strike one. One and one.
Hit the bull.
Two and one.
Yeah, a little erratic to start here. The top of the 8th is Sims. See if he can kind of get things back in the right direction.
There, that's more like it. Swing and a miss, strike two. Two. That missed, and the count goes full. Pollock just checked in the top of the inning. And he sends one back up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. So, leadoff batter is on. And Inglesman will be batting 1 for 3 with an RBI and a couple of strikeouts. Shield basically at the edge of the grass. Step behind. It's in the dirt.
Good block there from Brown to keep him at bay over at first. And looks like we're going to have a quick chat here on the mound. Oh, no, we're going to the center fielder, Luke Powell, it appears. So
We will have a pitching change and be back. So Luke Powell enters from center field to pitch, and Braden Hazelwood has come in to play right field as Mason White has moved to center. So Powell comes in on a 1-0 count to face Inglesman. That is served into right field. That'll be a base hit. Runners at the corners.
Yeah, Inglesman just ready for the first pitch for Powell. Just sitting fastball and just threw it into right field.
Now Zach Green.
Number 40, Green.
Foul back. That's a strike. So Powell ahead here 0-2.
Say looking for the first out of the inning here.
Runner goes. That's a hit and run. That's through. One run will score. And that'll be an RBI single for Green. Pollock scores. It's 8-4. Inglesman will hold at second.
Courtesy.
There'll be a runner at first base for the catcher.
Number 16, Yoder. And we're back to the
Yep.
top of the lineup for the Wildcats.
And looks like Thompson's going to show bunt. Pull back. Nope. Ball one.
Nope.
Oh,
It's
no.
going to be a balk.
A balk. So this just goes from bad to worse for the Grenadiers. Still nobody out, and runners at second and third. Strike one. Off the press box. Thompson stays alive and fouls that off. Another one fouled back.
It's an interesting, timing of going to Powell here on the mound, just scratching the DH. Right, you're down 4 with two more cracks at bat. Ideally, you're gonna have to score some runs, so you'd think you may want to leave the DH spot in there for a little bit longer, but at that point, then if you're going to pinch hit for Powell, or you wouldn't necessarily have to pinch hit for Powell, but either pinch hit for someone else and move him back into center. And narrowly misses the warming up Grenadier down there in the bullpen.
Got to keep your head on a swivel.
But that is just one of those things that is some of the complexity that comes with, a two-way player and, killing the DH.
Lifted into center. The catch is made by White. He will fire home, and the throw will be cut, and it's a sacrifice fly, 9-4. And there's the first out of the 8th.
Number 34, Matthews.
And say head coach Brett Neffendorf definitely has much more experience than either you or I in terms of dealing with some of that strategy, so definitely defer to him on this.
And I think at this point you're just trying to get outs, and if he thought Powell would be the best guy, I can understand.
Absolutely, as he is shown to be a pretty good option here.
And grounder to third. Shield will be able to get the runner at second.
It'll be a 5-4 put out.
That's a 5-4 put out. Yoder's tagged out. 2 away.
Number 8, Gibson.
Haven't seen the best base running today.
Looks like we have a pinch runner at 19.
Yep. That's Quinn Willard. We saw him in game 1. That's strike to Carson Gibson, who's making his first appearance today. At least at bat. He was in the field earlier. He went.
And a good job here from Powell to come in, in a tough situation, nobody out, and try to limit as much damage as he can. Looking to finish it off here and do a pretty stand-up job, only allowing 2 runs here with a couple on and no one out.
Just missed. That's a nice pitch there. Strike 3 looking. Move to the bottom of the 8th. Now 9-4 Indiana Wesleyan. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Grenadiers here in the 8th.
They're going to have to get something going here.
And it'll be Mason White to lead it off. Ball 1. White 1 for 3 with a couple RBIs. That is lifted into right.
It's got a chance.
And that's back at the track at the wall. It's gone. Mason White sends his 4th home run of the season out to right center field, and it's a 9-5 game.
That one just kind of kept going, and just the wind kept pushing it.
The left fielder, number 22, Colin Long.
Now Colin Long. There's strike 1 to Long.
That one's going to be White's 4th of the year so far.
Yep. Chop foul, strike 2.
Grenadiers are going to need a little more of that, but you'll take any that you get. Continuing to chip away here in their last 2 at-bats. That one bounced well in front of the plate.
But that's exactly what you needed to get one back quickly here in the 8th. Stay within striking distance with your best power hitter. Ground ball to short. Inglesman on to first, 1 out. Long is retired.
Looks like we'll have a pinch hitter here. Number 45, Trevor Goodwin.
Now Trevor Goodwin, the junior from Meade County.
Number 45, Trevor Goodwin.
Also has some pop.
Yeah, I've seen him hit some balls very far in his life.
Very far.
Had a front row seat to a lot of that last year.
Ball 1.
That one just off the knob, or the cap of the bat, I think, a little bit. Out in front.
1-1 now to Goodwin. Swings through that, 1-2. He checked his swing, 2-2. He still checked his swing after the appeal.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very rare that you're ever going to get that call with on a left-hander with the first base,
Right.
or the umpire down the first base line.
2-2 pitch. Up and away, 3-2. Nice at bat here by Goodwin.
Not the easiest thing to do when you're coming off the bench from a pinch hit situation, anyway.
Payoff. Chopped. Slow roller to second. Gibson, rather. 2 out.
The first baseman, number 13, Max Flock.
Now Max Flock with 2 away. He dances away from that one. 1-0.
Not the first time we've seen him do that today.
No, he's been very quick on his feet. Two-no.
Some stirring down in the Wesleyan bullpen.
Strike 1. Count evens at 2-2. Line drive back to the pitcher Olson. He snags it to end the inning. We move to the 9th. After Mason White's 4th home run of the year, it's 9-5 Indiana Wesleyan. Pugh leads off the 9th for Indiana Wesleyan. He's going to face Powell, who's still on the mound for IU Southeast. The pitch. In for a strike.
Yeah, it's a good first pitch breaking ball there to get ahead.
Strike 2. Oh, that just missed. One-two pitch. In the dirt, counts even. And there's strike 3 called.
Number 10, Stavola.
Now Stavola, who's had a huge game. 3 hits, driven in 4. Ball 1 high. One and one.
Powell doing a good job here to keep chipping away and just attacking the zone. Trying to find the last couple outs.
Jam shot. Is there going to be a play? In time. Nice job by Powell to get over there.
That is a tough play right there.
We've seen some really nice plays defensively by the Grenadier pitchers today covering, helping their infielders. 2 outs.
Looks like he offered that one.
He did. Andrew Sinish, 1 for 4. Powell seems a lot more comfortable finding the zone here in this inning, at least so far. That's high, 2-1. Nice pitch there, evens the count at 2-2. Powell get one more strike here and put the Grenadiers back in the dugout. Two. High.
See if Powell's able to just be in the zone here and try to get a 1-2-3 inning.
Sent into right, and a nice diving play by Hazelwood as he tracks that one down and sends us to the bottom of the ninth. Grenadiers looking for a rally. Cody Putnam will pinch hit here for IU Southeast in the ninth. He got the start at short in game 1 of today's doubleheader. And he looks at ball 1. Caleb Olson trying to get the final 3 outs here for Indiana Wesleyan and split this doubleheader. There's a strike. Fouled off. And that's out of play one more time, 1-2. just missed, 2-2.
Yeah, good hold there from Putnam. That's a great two-strike pitch there from Olson.
Strike 3 looking. Couple of nice pitches there. Those last couple, one just missed, the other one got enough of the plate. One away. Now Slater Shield. Pitch. Low, ball 1. 9 runs, 11 hits and an error for Indiana Wesleyan. 5 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for the Grenadiers here in the 9th. The pitch. That's a strike. Foul back.
The Grenadiers are going to need some base runners here if they want to make anything of this last half.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 away.
Second baseman, number 1, Ethan Burnett.
Now Burdett. Last hope for IU Southeast.
Got to find any way you can to pass it back here.
Ball 1.
Olson looking for the always rare 3-inning save.
Mm-hmm.
That one will miss just outside off the end of Green's glove.
There's a strike. Two-one pitch. Line drive to short. Gibson grabs it, and the game is over. Indiana Wesleyan will take game 2 here 9-5 over IU Southeast. A game that saw the Indiana Wesleyan offense wake up with 11 hits, 9 runs. 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third, 3 runs in the sixth, 2 more in the 8th. Mason White hits his 4th home run of the season for the Grenadiers. Indiana Wesleyan will move to 3-2 on the season. IU Southeast falls to 3-7. Buckley will get the win. Yakovich will get the loss, and Olson will get the save. Buckley will move to 1-0 on the season, and Olson, if I can find him here, yes, will get his first save. Tyler Yakovich falls to 1-2. So, we will see you back here at home March 1st. Until then, Stephen Oots, Kyle Hawkins saying good night from New Albany, where IU Southeast splits a doubleheader with Indiana Wesleyan.